get my big giant jeans on and my cute shirt.
I got my big jeans on. What was it? There was like a song.
These are my chili eating jeans.
Women have clothes for every occasion.
Yes.
Alright, where do you want to sit?
Mostly eating.
Right. I can move over.
If you can scoot in here.
I can move over if you'd rather be further.
I'd rather be here.
I know you would.
Well, you trade sides.
You ask nicely?
Can I sit there, please?
Yeah.
Don't ask nice. That's some bullshit. I kid.
Okay. How am I gonna get there?
You can
Very careful.
go around the back. You can go around the front.
Get around the back.
I got a bitch in the back. I got a hoe in the front. One cooking the crap. One rolling the
I look
blunt.
up a lot.
You look up. Well, don't look down.
My hair doesn't look too ratchet.
Hey guys, I'm here with the Nelsons. Say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
They've been married together for like a month.
2 months.
Not too much.
Something like that. I can't even tell what time it is when I wake up in the morning. I look at my clock. I roll over and go back to sleep. See, I don't do nothing during the day for the most part. So what's been happening? What's going on in your lives?
Well, probably prepping for Ren Fair coming up next month. We're excited about. I've been doing a lot of sewing.
So what?
Sewing. I'm sewing a lot of clothes and stuff and making jewelry and costume pieces.
Nice.
That's kind of been our thing we've been doing.
That's cool.
Yeah, I made a
He's been
necklace.
doing-
I made a pretty cool necklace. It was a leather necklace with coyote claws and teeth.
Yeah.
I went to Renfrew once.
He's been making a photo blog
Oh yeah.
in his time too.
Plug your photo blog, man.
sbnelsonphoto.wordpress.com. It will hopefully change here shortly when I decide to pull the trigger and spend $48.
$48.
Yeah, $48 is the minimum level that I can take the WordPress.com off of it.
Oh, well, you can bring your own domain, can't you? Excuse me.
I think you
Itch
still
my
have to,
back.
like, you can bring your own domain, but you still have to.
You gotta
link
pay
it.
for
Yeah.
hosting with them.
Yeah.
Is that a one-time fee, or do you have to
I
pay it
think it's
monthly?
still because it's
I
a
think
CMS.
it's yearly, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's like
still have to.
yearly.
$48 yearly.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Like basic package is $4 a month, billed yearly. Then you can, if you want to monetize the site, it's like $8.25. So like premium.
Yeah.
Then if you want, I guess, on a store or something on it, it's like their business package is like $25 a month.
Okay, word. That's dope. Yeah, I got everything I do. I got a. Is that a one-time fee? Or I just got a whole bunch of domains and a whole that I host on one website or one website host. I host with Hosting 24. It's pretty good. I get hosting for $10 a month. I think unlimited subdomains. I think the limitation is on web space, but they offer a whole bunch of things like WordPress integration.
Oh, neat.
So
I have to look into that.
you do.
You told me about it before.
It's
never-
dirt. It's dirt money. I'm trying to make the computer quiet. I gotta do like a whole bunch of stuff real quick, like to let people know that this thing is on.
Being like, hey guys.
Alright, so hey Facebook, stuff's happening.
Hey.
Come check me out. Why is everything dragging? You know, dragging is like an old slur for transvestive people.
I've never heard that.
I learned that from you don't you own a copy of Slayers, the Slayers
Yeah.
collection
I think
Bart's
I would.
borrowing,
Yeah, Bart.
because I saw it over there. But do you remember that episode where they had to fight the dragon, and then they're like at the end they're like, it's not a dragon, it's a dragon. And it was like a transvestive dragon. It's so weird. What's weird is that I
All I can think of
remember
is the
that.
dragon from Shrek.
So
That
So
he
an
thinks
old-
is the boy at first. Oh,
What?
you're a girl dragon.
Oh, nice. You'll have that too.
So chasing the dragon as a euphemism for smoking opium
Ha.
could also be misconstrued as like
Ch-
going
chasing,
after.
chasing a drag queen.
There you go.
It happens.
Wow.
It happens. Drag queen's like,
One way
get
or
away
another,
from me.
You probably shouldn't chase the dragon.
The drag queen's like,
stop
I'm
talking
not
about
gay.
dragons.
I just wear women's clothing professionally.
Speaking of
Also-
dragons, how about
also
Game of Thrones?
Also Game of Thrones.
I don't know nothing about that.
We're on like
Spoiler
episode
alert.
3
Oh yeah, we're on like episode 3 or 4.
of the series.
Oh, you guys just started?
Yeah.
Man, I want to get in on that. Don't watch
Alright.
it without me.
It's pretty good. So
I
far.
could
Watch
barely-
the first like 3 or 4 episodes and then come over here.
No, I'm 5 episodes in.
Cool,
Oh, okay.
well, then we'll just,
Like I watched it a bunch.
we'll
Like
make an evening
no,
of
what
it
was the
then.
where the girl? She was like betrothed to the warrior guy, and then
Yeah.
like she was all crying, and then she got some tips from her home girl. So like, if you really want to please this illiterate mute monster, you gotta just be demure or whatever the fuck.
Gotta look him in the eye.
Yeah, something like that. It was crazy. Mother of dragons.
She is flossy AF. Like, I need to get my hair like that again. I
Flossy.
used to have my hair, back about a year ago, I had my hair that color. And I
Yep.
want to get it like that again.
You ever heard of turquoise Jeep? With Flint Flossie.
No.
Oh my
No.
god. I'm gonna have to put y'all on the turquoise Jeep after this.
Oh, Lord.
It's like a think of The Lonely Island, only they're parodying like all that grind R&B stuff
Oh, wow.
from the late
Oh,
90s.
man. That seems awesome.
They got a song called "Smang It." He said, "Let me smang it, girl, smash it and bang it.
Oh yeah, I've heard
How,
that.
Yeah.
how you like your eggs, girl? Fried or fertile?" I love some turquoise Jeep. Them boys dumb. It's your boy from Pootie Tang, I think.
Your boy from Pootie Tang.
Yeah, old buddy. Old Pootie McTang himself.
Damn.
I gotta get on Facebook
man.
real quick. So I was talking to a guy earlier today. Like he's somebody. I guess he's kind of like a spiritual advisor unofficially. He's somebody I respect because he was a practitioner and he studied NLP. Like I don't know if it's independent, but I mean he's one of the few people I met who know anywhere near as much about NLP, if not more, than I do. Because I've been studying NLP for years, and it's like it's experiential. NLP is kind of like the basis of cognitive psychology.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole cognitive school and method is partially because of the existence of NLP, which was discovered by Richard Bandler and John Grinder, where they took a lot of old concepts like surrounding hypnosis and John Milton, I think is his name, his work in psychotherapy and dealing with like trauma and stuff. And they took his ideas and created NeuroLinguistic Programming, which is what NLP is. And NLP has not only become great for helping people get over their fears, and it's also like in the dating coach world and dating community, it's like the backbone of a lot of their principles and practices. So, NLP it's great for fixing a lot of stuff that people don't even know is wrong with them.
I remember a couple years ago, you were talking about NLP and like pickup artists.
Yeah, they kind of go hand in hand. They're synonymous, or at least as far like you don't really know that when you like. Let's say that you're somebody who happened upon some pickup artist stuff, and if you don't look into it, you just kind of like you see the surface. And on the surface, they're like, hey, help you get more girls, help you get that girl that you really want, like how to do this and that. And then you'll buy into it. But if you take the time to look into it, you see this just really based on neurolinguistic programming. And one thing that came from all that I've often found works for me that I enjoyed a lot. Well, I guess enjoy is probably not the best word, but one thing I liked was affirmations, like positive affirmations and affirmation making. That's when you just take a message and tell yourself, like I'm gonna do great today, or I'm the best me I can possibly be.
Yeah.
I'm getting better and better
They work
every
for a lot
day.
of people.
Oh, they work. They just work, man.
It's effective.
Do you use any affirmations?
I have. I mean, depending. There's good and bad days, and on bad days they help.
Yeah,
Yeah, that kind of thing.
that's cool.
It's not an everyday thing, but sometimes you just gotta tell yourself that, like, hey, you know what? You're not dead, so you're doing okay.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
That's a theme that seems to be coming up a lot.
Being not dead.
You're
not dead.
You're not dead today.
I'm not dead.
What
so
a
I think
great
I'm okay.
what a great time to be alive is when you're not dead. Tell me about it. Tell me all about it.
Like, things could definitely be worse.
What about you, Preston? Are you using positive affirmations?
I guess it depends. Like, I'm real cocky about things.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, example, I'll make something, I'll cook something, and somebody will say, "Hey, man, that's really good." Like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but that's still a positive
thanks,
affirmation.
But yeah, like
You're affirming it with other
affirming
people.
my own self confidence.
Yeah, and that's what everything comes from is,
Yours
the
isn't-
self.
Yours isn't necessarily self-affirmations unless they're directed to you from someone else.
Yeah, maybe that.
But then you'd be like, you know what? Yeah. Like,
Yeah. I mean, that's an affirmation. I think like music is affirmative. Because I know a lot of cats like, a lot of people use music, but music is made in a way that like is affirming. I think, like "Sorry Not Sorry" by Demi Lovato. That song is low key jamming.
low key jamming.
Low key, it's high key jamming. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but it's just like, "Sorry Not Sorry." Her pumpkin spice lattes are back. Sorry Not Sorry.
I'm gonna get one.
I bet you are.
Probably a lot.
The white girl is on the couch. She about to go get some PSL. Have you seen the
I
memes?
think it's delicious.
The Dune memes that say, "He who controls the spice controls the white girls."
Oh man, baby. Like,
Every year.
you just say, hey, you want me to go get you a PSL?
PSL.
I
Oh
would
my
never
god.
say that.
Oh my god, Loretta. I can't wait. We're gonna have some PSLs.
Why can't you just
PSL. I always imagine it being like not a fat girl, but she's just kind of chunky. Oh my god, Loretta.
Sure.
That means you need to
Smokes like 15 packs of cigarettes an hour.
maybe like slow down on your PSLs.
No, you'll never
Maybe
get me
get
to stop.
a skinny peppermint mocha. That's pretty good.
Oh my god, skinny PSLs.
Yeah, I don't think they
What
have
a
those.
novel idea.
I would know. I don't think they have them.
Skinny moo latte. Nah. PSL.
We can do this the whole time.
What is this? A little hood, a little hippie. Okay, I'm getting I'm distracting
I'm
myself.
getting distracted by Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook does
Sucks
that.
you
It just
in.
sucks you right in.
You're like, what is this?
Facebook's like, hey, do you have something to do today? Well, just browse for a little bit. Don't worry, I won't take up much of your time. 3 hours later,
Yeah. I don't know when it works. Like, it's
I've
like,
not
it does,
done-
Like, I'll go to check mine. Just be like, oh look, I have a notification. Let me look at that notification. And
Yeah.
I'll click it back on the feed and I'll just X out. Oh wait, what's that?
yeah,
What's
yeah,
that?
you always
Oh,
see
no.
something
and then before
else.
I know it, I've spent
Then-
15 minutes just like scrolling through my Facebook.
And then
like,
all
oh,
of a
yeah,
sudden
I
you're
have
like,
work to do.
the world's gonna end because the hurricane.
No, it's the hurricane and the nuclear war.
Oh,
What
yeah.
what if the hurricane rolls through filled with warheads, and then North Korea's like, it wasn't us, I promise.
What
None of ours
wait
worked
for
that
it.
good.
What if, because it did just come through Florida, it's a Gatornado.
Oh, dear
Sharknado
God.
4, full of
Gatornado.
crocodiles.
Oh God.
Gatornado.
Gatornado.
Oh dear God.
We're going to get rich.
Oh dear God.
Stop the feed. We've got a movie to make.
Yeah. Hold on, we'll be right back after these messages. Nah, but on some real ish, could you help your boy out with like a glass of water
Absolutely.
or a bottle of
Would
water?
you-
Yeah.
Or are you gonna charge me like $100 for a bottle of water?
Well, no, I'm going to give you the bottle of water at face value, but I'm going to sell you this pen to go with it for $300 because everybody's out of bottle of water.
Yeah,
Would
let's
you
say
give
this
me a,
pen.
one of those beers in a koozie.
One of those beers or the Travelers?
The good, yummy, delicious one.
What's the Travelers?
It's a yummy, delicious. It's the Winter's Traveler or something like that. I think
Is that like John Popper's?
it's a
Very-
new one that you have out. We
Oh,
found it
brand.
at the Ingalls near Gaffney. because
don't say that word on this show.
We got off, or we took the wrong exit coming back from Greenville.
And you ended up in Gaffney.
No, we ended up in that block off that they've got. And couldn't get across. Couldn't get across the lane, so you couldn't exit off for like 15 miles or something like that. So we had to get there. And we're like, well, while we're here, let's go to the Singles, because that's probably the best Singles to go get beer. So
that place is the worst. Oh my god.
They had a lot of different types of beer. Like, they didn't have that one at the Ingles near here.
No word.
But it tastes like just like fall and Christmas. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of glow wine. It's like a German wine, and it's served hot. It's made with like spices and fruit and stuff. But it tastes like that but cold. Like, that's what it tastes like. It's like kind of fruity and kind of spicy.
It tastes like cold
like
hot wine.
It tastes like
Thank you, sir.
Fruit and cinnamon, like. But this is a little bit. I mean, it's a little more beery.
It's getting racy.
It's Jolly Traveler Winter Shandy. It's delicious.
Jolly Traveler. Oh, this is a nice koozie. Did you get this in a loot crate?
It's got a dude with some cute little
got it
glasses
at
and
the
a
Kohl's.
mustache on it.
Rake you across the coals, did they?
With my Star Wars.
Sorry, here
C-3PO koozie.
Here at the Erraticast, we like lots and lots of puns. Word. That's diggable. So you got a beer a cold beer that tastes like hot wine.
Well, if you've had it, like the hot wine, it's called glow wine. It's a German wine that they make. They had it at the Winter Festival here in downtown.
Glow wine. Glow wine.
Last year.
Speak
That's
like
where
Germans.
I tried it, and so that's what this definitely reminds me of.
Word.
And
It reminds me of the cinnamon horchata blue moon.
Horchata.
Yeah, it's like if you mix like.
But it doesn't have the beer taste at all. It just tastes like.
I mean,
it tastes like
it's
cinnamon
like
toast
beer,
crunch and stout beer.
Yeah, it tastes like if you put cinnamon toast crunch in like a stout beer. That's kind of what it tastes like.
It's like wake up in the morning
like just delicious. It says Jolly.
There's no milk in the refrigerator.
It's to the next level.
It's like, yo, what's up, man? Ain't got no milk. So we got some Guinness.
We got a milk stout.
So it says Jolly Traveler is a cheerful winter beer inspired by the senses of the season. A wheat beer made with real orange, pomegranate, and holiday spices.
Man, I haven't had a beer in a long time. Let me get some of that.
Quit making it sound delicious.
It is. I'm sorry.
She grabbed the
Also,
beer.
it's
See, that's how I
September.
know I have good friends, because they know that I
September.
won't. They will not let me drink,
I want it to be fall.
even if I wanted to. They're like, no.
Yeah, no.
We'll take shots of Dr. Pepper.
That's good people. I love y'all, man. Yes. That's what it is. Like at the bar, they take shots of water. When people want to buy me shots, they'll just pour me up a shot of water. Shots of water. I'm like, yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm here with you, dog.
Hey, that's how you do it.
Let's get your drink on. Let's get your drink on.
Yeah, I've been cutting back on liquor and stuff like that, and that's helping me lose weight and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, all alcohol is just empty calories.
Yeah.
All these empty calories and nowhere to go.
Like, I just really wanted a beer tonight, but I haven't really been.
You know where empty calories go? They hang out precariously around the belly
Oh, yes.
as fat.
Yeah, they're not fun.
That's why I'm drinking this
High protein,
alcoholic
low carb,
water.
lots of berries.
rebranded
Why
as Michelob Ultra.
Why they call it Mick Ultra? Because it's ultra lightweight.
We were in
Oh my God, Laura Beth.
a
I
meeting.
got this great beer. It's low calorie. What is it? It's Michelob Ultra. Ew, just give me a course. Girl, what is your problem?
We were in
All
a
those calories are going to go to your ass.
we were in a meeting.
I love that.
One of the product owners was like, I forgot what we were talking about, but she said something about what she had for dinner and a Michelob Ultra or a Mick Ultra. I forgot exactly what she said. Somebody said, "What's that? What's Mick Ultra?" And she's like, "Oh, it's a water."
It's a water.
Oh, wow.
It's a water. Like,
Alcoholic water.
I mean, I've had some of that Mick Ultra before, and it's like slightly beer flavored water.
Word. Speaking of alcoholic water, you know they make alcoholic sparkling water.
Yeah, I showed her that today.
It's called
Yeah.
Truly.
We got some,
Yeah,
There's a
friend of
couple
ours
different
drinks
kinds.
Yeah.
I think you
Why?
should try it.
Why?
Well, they're on a paleo diet.
Yeah.
Speaking of-
I drink sparkling. I drink like mineral water, right?
Speaking of, let's talk about a paleo diet for a second.
Let's do it.
I had a little rundown on Facebook. Somebody said just because it's paleo doesn't mean it's got to be boring. And the centerpiece of their photo was a plate full of deviled eggs.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So I was like, no, wait a minute. I don't think cavemen ate deviled eggs. So she sends me a screenshot of this like jar of avocado oil mayo. So then I was just thinking of the logistics behind 2 cavemen squeezing oil out of an avocado, then whisking it briskly with egg yolks. And where did they get mustard? Where did the cavemen get mustard? At what point is this going a little too far with the paleo? Like, her response was like, "You're taking this paleo thing a little bit too seriously.
You're taking it not seriously enough."
Absolutely, absolutely. You want to see results? I want you to live in a cave. I want you to chase down your food by foot with a stick.
Whatever you can kill in the backyard,
man,
some squirrel.
Is that why poor kids are so healthy looking? Because they always got to chase down their food.
I've never had it. Squirrel is delicious.
Squirrel is not delicious.
Squirrel
it's passable. Well, yeah, it's straight.
Like,
now the problem with squirrel is the texture. It doesn't have like a strong flavor.
Is it gamey?
But not really. It just doesn't. It just doesn't have a strong flavor.
You just got. It depends on how you cook it. If you cook it too
squirrel-like flavor.
It might be okay. I just can't think about it.
My brother pan-fried it.
I feel like. Oh, did he?
Yeah, that was terrible. It was like chewing on a rock.
I feel like there was a consensus that was made that was something like, squirrel ain't too terrible, but if I had other options, I would totally eat those.
I would eat twigs and berries before I ate squirrel.
Well, I mean like meat options.
Twigs and berries like cow dick?
What? What?
Wedding tackle?
Wedding tackle.
The twigs and berries? No? Okay.
Wait, what is wedding tackle?
You never heard that?
I've never heard that. Wedding tackle. Man. Zoom out a little bit, give these people some more action. Wedding tackle. That's how you get a wedding. And a shotgun to your face. Marry my daughter. I don't even know who your daughter is, sir. Okay, so speaking of relationships, how do people choose relationships, or do relationships just happen to people?
I think they just happen.
Depends on how old you are.
I think
it depends on how old.
It depends on how old you are. I think there comes a certain point in time where you do and you don't choose it.
You do and you don't.
I think in the beginning, please. I think in the beginning, you don't necessarily choose who you want to be with, kind of thing. Like, things just happen, connections happen, kind of thing. But once you've been in a relationship, like, every day, you choose that person every day.
Aww.
Like,
that is so sweet. It's like greeting card quality.
I know.
Nice.
So I think it depends on like your social situation as to whether you choose the relationship, the relationship chooses you.
You mean logistics?
So, well, yeah. Logistics. So let's say you're in school, right? You're in a group of people, group of 300 people every day. You got a lot of different people to choose from, and you're stuck with it. They're like an extended family. So you get to choose from those people who you want to start a relationship with. It doesn't always happen like that, but like you had multiple relationships when you were in school because you chose those. As you grow out of that and your circle becomes smaller, if you haven't chosen your relationship by that point, then your relationship's probably going to choose you because it's the opportunity that presents itself.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at some point as you grow older, not even out of high school kind of thing, like you meet people from other schools, you like go to football games and like, oh look, there's other people from the other school. Like,
or you meet people through extended friends or whatever. Yeah, but either way, that circle becomes a lot smaller because instead of like being forced 5 days a week, 8 hours a day into this pool of people then, like, that you have to either like or hate, right? Like outside of that, then I guess and
then once you're out of school, it's like then you have a job and then it shrinks significantly because
your time with other people or at least with that many other people shrinks.
But I think that makes your relationships more meaningful. Like
I guess it.
I mean, you see the people you work with about as much as you see the people that are your family, kind of thing. Like
You see the people you work with a lot more than you see your family.
Yeah, I mean,
They're like your work family. They're like your family away from
like
home.
8-9 hours a day.
40 hours a week. Let's say
Yeah.
you're awake for, let's say, 16 hours a day, right?
Yeah, and half of that
you're
spent.
half of that you're at work
Word.
Yeah.
with those people.
And a couple of those hours that you're awake and not at work, you're getting ready for work or running and doing errands after work or whatever. Like, so
Yeah, and if
you're with those people the majority
you're
of the time.
not on the same schedule as your family, you're probably going to see them like half of that your kid's going to be at school.
Yeah.
Like, wife hadn't got off work yet or
That's
whatever.
why, like, we looked out and
Word.
we've got a pretty similar schedule. There's only 1 or 2 nights a week that, like, we don't get to see each other.
Okay.
Like, until I get home late, but most nights, like, we get to come home and, like, eat dinner together, and so we lucked out getting that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So is that kind of how life goes? You just like luck up
For now.
Yeah.
for now.
If you're at your job for a while, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't always like that. I used to close a lot, so wasn't always like that, but
I feel you.
it's pretty good now.
Well, that's what's up. So how'd you guys meet?
Oh,
So, we went to, we're just mutual friends. We
Okay.
met through
Mutual
mutual
friends.
friends.
So you had a similar social circle.
Yeah.
That's cool. Cause I hear like a lot in pickup. Cause that's kind of where I come from. My perspective on relationships comes from. And relationships are more about letting go than holding on, or at least in my opinion. Because like, if you hold on to something too tightly, then you can't be open to other better things.
I think
So
you've
letting
got
go
to,
is kind of like,
I think there comes a point where you have to decide, is this worth me fighting for? Like, on the other side of this, is it going to be worth it? And I think there comes a point in relationships where that has to be the deciding factor. And you think, well, like, it's not going to be like this forever. Like, so when this is over, are the good times worth the bad?
word.
Kind of thing.
Well, how did you know?
What do you mean?
How did you know that
The good
this
times are
was
always
your
worth it.
relationship, the one that you were gonna kind of hold on to?
The good times are always worth it.
Okay.
I've never been happier, and I feel like Preston makes me a better version of myself,
Oh.
and he pushes me a lot, and that's something that I've never had before. Someone to
Okay.
call me on my shit and to tell me when I need to work harder at stuff.
It pushes you towards growth.
Pushes me to not be a lazy asshole.
Okay.
And,
No, that's
but
important.
he
'Cause
lets me.
some people
But he
just.
lets me be me, and he accepts the fact that I'm clumsy and forgetful and just I can't cook at all, and he accepts that, and he makes sure that I eat. So,
Hey, you need to eat. I don't think you're breathing.
Hey, I made this for you because I don't think
Face
you've
all
eaten
sunken
like 2
in.
days. Like,
Just laying there like.
now,
Like,
for
I
me,
think you
it'd
need
be
to
like-
eat something.
It'd be like lean
I think
cuisine
you need
meals
to eat
and like
something.
instant mashed potatoes. If it was just me.
I'd eat.
Granted, he's taught me a lot.
I'd eat instant mashed potatoes. No, I wouldn't. Aren't those the ones that are the flakes?
Yeah.
Flakes in a
They're made
bag.
from real
They're
potatoes.
so good. They're so good.
How's
I
that
love
even?
them. But they're weird. They're not like.
It's the
regular
texture's
potatoes.
funny.
They're not regular potatoes. Well,
No.
just add more milk if you don't like the texture. Add less milk. Yeah.
Yeah, don't ever follow the directions.
Yeah. Don't follow the directions.
So I made some.
They come out weird when you follow them exactly.
Oh,
Just add more
nice.
milk. If they're too chunky.
Have you guys ever made like, I don't know, cauliflower buffalo bites?
Cauliflower? What?
That sounds. Are they like?
No, I mean, I've got
buffalo
2
wings?
heads of
Or, like-
cauliflower.
Kinda.
in there.
We
Do
got
you?
cauliflower in here.
Yeah.
We can
It
turn
was
this
like
Bro,
into a
let's
cooking
do
show.
it.
It was like
We
like
could
$1.
turn this into a cooking show.
It was like $1.
Do you have any like buffalo wing sauce?
I've got hot sauce and butter, so we can make buffalo.
Oh, you can make buffalo
He's
wing
like,
sauce.
I can
yeah.
make it.
Okay, so
It's
after
just hot sauce and butter.
so after this show, we're gonna make some cauliflower and buffalo bites. You need, I think I memorized it. You need
I was really excited about this. I committed it to memory.
you need a half a cup of flour, half a cup of water, like a tablespoon of salt, teaspoon of salt,
Salt to taste.
teaspoon of a quarter teaspoon of pepper. I'll look up the recipe. It doesn't matter. I got it somewhere, but
is it essentially like buffalo wings, just cauliflower?
yeah, it's just buffalo wings made of cauliflower.
So
It's
do
a
you like
tasty
pan
vegan.
fry it?
No, you bake it.
Oh, you bake
It's
it.
baked.
So do you like puree the cauliflower first?
You don't puree it. You cut it up.
It's like
You cut it up into florets, like you cut the
yeah.
florets up into
So
like
it's still going to be a little
bite-sized bits.
Okay, so it's still going to be a little crunchy.
It'll be crispy. It's
Alright.
crispy and chewy.
Good, though.
That sounds like I can make it better.
Yeah, you could probably.
That
Yeah.
sounds.
It's a
all
very
right.
simple recipe. It's a very simple thing to make.
So what I would do is I would steam the cauliflower and then make it a puree, more like mashed potatoes,
Huh.
and then do like more like a chicken nugget, right? So have you ever had like fried potatoes or potato pancakes or anything like that?
I think so.
Yeah, like leftover mashed potatoes. Leftover mashed potatoes.
I've
You add like
had-
an egg and you put it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
had something like that.
Yeah,
I
so
think
do
you
something
like
like that, and then that way you can mold it into a shape. It won't be chewy. Then you can even bread it in like some cornmeal and deep fry it,
Well, that's. Huh.
or oven bake it. Whatever.
That might be interesting.
I mean, it just feels like it would have a better consistency than the like
Kinda
hard
deep
chewy
fried
cauliflower
Well, no, it's not.
slathered in hot sauce.
No, it's not. What you do is you take the water and the flour and the salt and pepper, and there's one other thing I think. But you mix them together. Then you take the florets, cut them up into bits. You dredge them in that, and then you bake that. And then you flip it, and then you bake that, and then you put together your buffalo sauce and a couple other things, and that makes it
It's like a baked tempura kind of.
kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crispy, but it's not fried. It's
Yeah.
baked.
It's like shake and bake
And I screwed it up.
cauliflower.
Like there's gonna be a show. We made a cooking show.
Did you?
Yeah, we made a cooking show out of that, and I screwed it up.
Oh.
So I was like, man, we've done all this recording, gotta save the show. I was getting cussed out by my line producer. He's like, no, tell everybody that you're sorry. I'm like, look, bro, it's not over. Let's finish this and then see what happens.
Make
Offset,
something
make it
edible.
right. This is what it's supposed to be.
Oh man, that commercial's making me mad.
Wow.
I ended up going to the strip club and they had Fiji waters that size for $6.
Cool.
I ended up going to that same club like 2 years prior. I mean, no, it was months prior, and they actually had like $6 bottles of this.
What?
Yeah, man, it was insane.
Oh no.
But this time I was mad about it. Like I don't like strip clubs anyway.
They're like, is ice free? Can I just get like a cup of ice?
You know,
Sit here and
ice
tell
ain't
them
free. They already hip to the game. They're like, you just gonna collect ice cubes and melt them down. You don't. My hoes don't get nothing for free. That's that's why I hate strip clubs. Cause like you the hoe and then you the hoe victim. Like so you like double hoe. You like twice the hoe than a hoe could be. And you don't get no money. Nah, it's tricking off. That's that John shit. I ain't with it. Like I ain't with tricking off. Like that's probably why I have so much trouble with relationships. Because of my mindset. It's like, bro, I ain't tricking off with you. Nah, but it's like I'm looking for somebody. Not like generally. I'm generally looking for a set of intangible qualities in a person.
Perfection doesn't exist.
Not perfection, just
'Cause you gotta know.
just decent qualities. Like
Well, there's gotta be
she's not a murderer. Or if she is, she doesn't kill people regularly.
She only
You're
kills
like
people for the
Dexter,
right
just like
reason.
Right. She's got good reason to kill people. She's not like pretending to have sexual interest in guys and then setting them up to get robbed. I mean, unless that works in my favor, but still, I kind of don't want what comes with that. It's not my thing,
I don't know,
man.
that's too much baggage for me.
Yeah. It's like, that's kind of your thing, and you can do your thing. I'm going to go do my thing, which is not that.
I mean, you got to have some certain, like, real qualities that are, like, non-negotiable kind of things.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's different with what they value more, kind of thing. So you just kind of have to set yourself
Like higher than a elementary school education helps.
Yeah, I think that's probably important.
Like the ability to read, do basic math.
I mean, like,
well,
it's not necessarily a deal
Mayweather
breaker
out.
for me. Mayweather, oh, that's funny. He can take a punch, but he can't take a spelling bee. Dang.
Sorry, Mayweather.
Don't apologize to him. He's got more money than anybody.
This is true.
He doesn't deserve any apologies. Oh, you sad? Let your money hold you at night. I think that's what if I
Phonics, $29.99 a month.
my ideal woman would be like a stack of hundreds. This tall.
Money can't buy happiness.
It can.
But it can buy bitches.
What I heard money can't buy happiness, but I'd rather cry in the seat of an S-Class Benz than a cardboard box or something.
Damn.
That moralization is the hardest. I don't know, like, I like the idea. I'm not really seeing people, but I'm kind of seeing people. And I mean, that's the life for me right now.
So what's your strategy for trying to find people? Is it just like live in person, like go to social events, or do you try the online dating thing?
No, I don't want to.
Are you like hard against online dating?
I'm not. I don't have a hard line against it, but it's just not my thing. Like, I'm not trying to be swiping left and right. And
now, I'm not talking about like
up.
I'm not talking about like Tinder.
No,
I'm
like
talking
somebody
about,
I know actually dated a dude off Tinder, and they're like still together, and they have a decent relationship.
Yeah,
like,
but that's got to be the exception, not the rule.
I
right?
guess, but I mean,
Not
like,
many
even
people,
for online
like,
dating,
You don't
like,
hear
apparently
many
I don't
people-
make good profiles or something.
Yeah, I'll help you. You don't meet many people, like many couples that are like married that are like, oh, how'd you meet? Oh yeah, we met on Tinder. Like, you don't really.
Yeah.
You don't
Well, I mean,
hear
but
that.
Tinder is from like this past what? When did Tinder start? Like
It's been
4 or 5 years ago.
At least.
Like,
I mean, that's enough
we're
time
not.
to like meet and get married.
Yeah, but
and,
still, like, we won't really know the total of Tinder until like 10 or 15 years from now.
Yeah,
Because two people will be like, oh, man, I
it's
was
definitely
I
not
was on
set up.
ChristianMingle.com and there was nothing on there but whores, but I found my wife on Tinder. Do what?
Like, I feel like this isn't how this was supposed to go down.
Online dating is funny to me. Not like, haha, funny, but just like, it's not my thing,
It's
man.
just not your thing. You're more of a, like,
I like to meet people in person.
organically kind of thing.
Yeah.
You just want,
I'm very much
meet
that,
people, and there's,
and
like,
through social circle.
there's a sort of, like, in-person chemistry kind of thing that
Oh,
has
yeah.
to happen when you meet people.
Yeah.
And to see how you are with people. Like, me and Preston, when we first met, like,
Hated each
talked-
other.
No,
No.
we talked for hours.
Oh.
Like, we realized, like, how much stuff we had in common and our, like, similar interests and things. Like, we bonded over music together.
No.
And, like, we talked for hours. And it was just this kind of natural.
What'd you guys talk about? Just like everything?
We talked about how we both were, like, in love with Fall Out Boy. Like, that was, like, both of our favorite band.
Huh.
And, like, shortly after we started dating, we went to go see them, and it was awesome.
I F's with Fall Out Boy.
Do what?
I said I F's with Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, not enough to spend money on tickets, but
It was only, I think, like $35.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
still,
it was only
I
like
just-
$35, and we
I'm not
actually,
huge on
like,
concerts myself.
there
I went-
It was a good time. Well, it was Fall Out Boy and Wiz Khalifa and Hoodie Allen.
and Max.
Hoodie Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hoodie Allen and Max
Allen.
were right there. And
Sounds familiar.
there was a point in it where they did an acoustic set, and we got to hop the little, like, gate thing from the lawn seats or whatever.
Jump in the gate.
Yeah, no, we jumped it and, like, got like 10 feet from Fall Out Boy.
Nice.
It was awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
Like, he like put me on his shoulders, and I'm like, if I really wanted to, I could reach out and probably touch
That's
him.
darling.
It was awesome.
I think your dog's getting into something.
Oh no,
No,
that's
he's in the
Darla.
crate.
Oh, I was
Yeah, I
about
put
to
the dog in
say,
the crate
He's
when
in
it
the
pissed all
crate.
over the place.
what's going on?
He's
But yeah, okay, so
in
yeah.
trouble.
So there's like a natural kind of chemistry you
Yeah.
guys had. I mean, was that like something that just came out of left field?
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of.
Okay, that's neat.
Like,
It
it
gives,
just kind of
people hope.
happened kind of thing. Like, you can't force stuff. Like, people
Oh, you
that
can
are
force
out there,
stuff.
you can. But if
I
you
think
want
there's a
something
rule
real,
against that.
No,
if you want something real,
that's pimps and hoes. Okay. I'm not gonna force you to go out here and get that money, but bitch, you better go out here and get that money.
like, you can force things, but if you want something real, you can't force it. You can't try to make things whatever they're not.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
that's so true.
and that's how you end up in like unhappy marriages, and people resent each other after a long period of time. Like,
Divorce me and take half my stuff so I know it's real.
like that's kind of like what it ends up being. Like, you can't fight different things or how you feel,
Yeah.
or try to make someone into someone they're not.
You know, one buddy calls it fate.
Yeah,
You can call it all kinds of stuff, but I mean, you know.
I mean, basically, like, for all the people that are on a lot of dating sites and that have tried seeing people and they just like get shot down or they just have shitty luck, like, you just can't force stuff. Like, your
True.
time will come, you will meet someone, but you just have to let it happen.
Yeah.
You can't try to make things like that happen.
That's one thing I like about the whole, like, what I gained from pickup, or what my time in, like, messing with pickup stuff, is that when it really gets down to it, you can use a bunch of techniques to try to get this and that, but it's not going to make things stick. What makes things stick is, you know, things that you tell yourself, your affirmations, like who you are as a person,
Yeah.
and how you handle things. That's what really matters. Because, you know, it's just all, at the end of the day, if somebody's not attracted to you, they're just not attracted to you. So you gotta go forth and be the best you can be, so that you can, in this case, meet as many people as you can, and you're eventually gonna run into people who are attracted to you.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. You know, sometimes everybody needs a little coaching.
Yeah.
You know, some people need to coach themselves out of their, like, introverts. Steph Curry's and all kinds of stuff. Some people need to coach themselves out of their, like, preconceived notions about, like, trying to force relationships or something. And then other people gotta, you know, they have to coach the people they're with, because sometimes it's not the fact that you're not good enough.
And one thing,
It's just the fact that they may not feel good enough about themselves. And, you know, some
Yeah.
things can work, but sometimes you gotta learn how to let go.
and one thing we've learned, like, speaking of dating sites, oh look, an E. Harvey
Yeah.
commercial.
Hey, you can start communicating for free today.
Nothing but
That's when
whores.
all the crazy
I
people
met
get on.
I met my girl on what's that? Plenty of Fish. We still together today.
One thing I think we've learned, like, over the last couple of years, like, is you have to learn how each other communicates, kind of thing. Like, how,
Communication styles.
well,
That's
how you,
important.
and even, like, the way you fight, like, is that person passive aggressive, or are you very direct with people, kind of thing, like, and communicating what types of actions mean what kind of feelings,
Yeah.
sort of things. And that's something that we've kind of figured out along the way. And it's like, oh, well, if he's acting like this, then I know he feels like this, kind of thing. And it's something that, you know, helps you learn to not have big fights and to not have.
Speaking of not having
like
big
a big
fights,
old
high
blow
five
over
for
it.
not having a big fight today about the stupid jump park thing.
The what? Do you care to go into detail?
All right. So
We'll
I forgot.
talk about a fight. we
I
had.
forgot.
Alright.
I forgot what.
So that'll be
Oh,
helpful.
all right. So a couple weeks ago, I went ahead and put in my vacation for Christmas time. It was like,
Oh, okay, this one. Okay.
well, yeah, it was just backtracking because it was, in my opinion, it was the same level of, oh God, really?
Okay.
It just didn't go out to the same extent as it did last time.
Been
So
on vacation
a couple weeks ago, I put my
cruise.
vacation in, and it was like it was just 4 days. I had like 5 days left or something, or maybe my last 4 days.
Yeah.
So I took it the day after Christmas to the end of the year. So I put 4 days in, I get 10 days out. Right? It makes sense. It's like the best deal in vacation is you use 4 days of paid time off and you don't go to work for 10 days, right?
Yeah.
Why would you not do that? So I put my time in.
10 days of paid time off?
Well, 10 days of not going to work and the paycheck stays the same. Because,
like your regular.
because you're already off for Christmas.
It's vacation day.
Word.
Yeah, you're already off for Christmas, so then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days.
Heck yeah, where I get that at?
And then we're off on New Year's, or I'm taking New Year's off anyway, because it's a whole new year of PTO.
Vacation time.
Word.
So I'll use technically 5 days off, but I'll not go to work for 10 days because of weekends and holidays together.
Nice.
So I was like, why would you not do that? I'm going to go ahead and do that. I was like, oh, yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and put this time in.
I totally did.
Well, I didn't
do that
mention
anyway.
anything to her about it, and I don't remember what spawned the argument. But she couldn't take those days off because somebody else in her department was already taking those days off.
Oh, it sucks.
So instead of like coming to the compromise that we eventually did, which was take some of those days off, like talk to your boss, because her boss said no, you can't have that off. Somebody else does.
Oh.
Well, she didn't say, well, can I have some of it off? She got mad at me for not completely changing my vacation plans because it was
God.
Christmas time, and you're not gonna spend it with me, and long drawn out day long argument. And they're like, I'm not using 4 days for 4 days when I use 4 days for 10.
And here's where I think us figuring out how we feel kind of thing comes into play. Is that my thing was I was okay with him taking those days. That's fine. My issue was that he didn't discuss it with me first. That's always a big thing with me. I'm like, discuss it with me first.
Yeah.
My side
9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be fine with it. Just tell me about it first before you go deciding.
I can do
my side of that is the things, all the things that she's gotten mad about.
It's a respect kind of thing. Like,
well, all
just
the
out
things,
of respect, run things by me.
So all the things that you've gotten mad about, in regards to like not telling you about things, are not permanent situations. Like when I put my time in, like I didn't send it into my boss in written form and get it approved. It was just like, oh, well, now given my boss doesn't really require that kind of thing. I can just be like, hey man, can I take these days off? Like, yeah, tell me a couple days before. So he doesn't care.
That's a good arrangement.
But like it wasn't permanent. I was just like, hey, I'm gonna have these days off.
However, you did say you were not changing those days anyway, which
right.
is basically going ahead and putting them in.
Well, I mean, why would you? But I mean, but still, it's not all right. And so let's fast forward to today.
Okay.
So we've got the poker group, and I posted something like, "Hey, just throwing this out there. Who wants to go to the jump park before poker?"
Jump park.
Yeah, like I want to go to Big Air.
Or you twisted your ankle.
I was hoping to go out with him before poker.
Right.
Like I was hoping to go out because I had bought a new dress last weekend and I hadn't gotten to wear it yet. And I was
So she hadn't mentioned any of this to me yet.
I had, but
all right. Well, anyway.
Briefly.
So, all right. So we haven't discussed in detail or made any plans for before poker.
Yeah.
So I'm just feeling people out. Like, does anybody want to go to the jump park? Like, if we don't have any hits, then no, we're not going to the jump park. It was just an idea. It was just a thought. Like hey, let's feel this out. Nobody made any plans. She got all butthurt about.
My process was like.
Why didn't you ask me about that first?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like, because what if a bunch of people did want to go? And I'm like, well, I wanted to.
Well, we still didn't make any plans.
You can't go get.
But there's a better way for you to approach it instead of automatically getting defensive. Like, well, you didn't talk to me about that first.
That's what's interesting. That's what's interesting about the difference between generally male logic and generally female emotion. They're not. It's not that men aren't emotional and women aren't logical. It's just that.
Mine is be respectful
where we come
and consider
from.
how I might feel when you make a decision.
Yeah, and that's
like,
totally.
Let me know if you're gonna make a decision. Like,
yeah,
I don't care. Like, I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
I think I might wipe my ass 3 times a day instead of 2.
Because, I mean, it's about how you're going to feel about something.
Is that all right with you?
And how
I couldn't get a hold of you, so I pulled the trigger and wiped 3 times.
Because you make your plans through, like, how you feel about anything.
Maybe.
At any given time. And then you said we have to discuss it at length. And that's more of a logical, like, standpoint. So, like, I don't know. Once the hamster wheel of emotion starts turning,
be like, hey, I was thinking about.
That's the way it's gonna go.
Yeah, it's just gotta be like, hey, like I was
why
thinking about
even
people.
Why even discuss it at length if there's nobody that's gonna be interested? Like it's a non-issue.
Well,
yeah, but that's not the way it
that.
feels.
But
you don't know that. Like, what if like 10 people were like, oh, let's go.
And that's not to say that you're being unreasonable.
It might have been my idea, but if we had other plans or something else come up,
then they'd be like, well, damn, he's the one that asked us. Why did he ask us if we already?
Well, if they've already got 8 other people that want to go, then they can go have fun on their own. Like, they're not relying on me to pay for everybody or anything. If they are, then they're going to be sorely disappointed when they get there anyway.
No, but you're a leader.
Yeah, I think, and that's the thing. I think I mentioned earlier about, you know, one of the baristas at my favorite place to coffee. There was some things going on. There was a lady that was getting on her, and I was like getting video for some B-roll that I'm gonna put together in a video later, and like the woman was really giving her a hard time. She was trying her best, and it's just like the woman told her that she wanted a frappuccino, and she's like, oh, I thought she said cappuccino, and then the one was like, well, I told you, and she's like, no, but she didn't tell me. And there's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. And I was also talking to the ladies, because the ladies going on about how they don't wear gloves here. I was like, yeah, they don't wear gloves here, whatever.
As long as you wash your hands.
Yeah, and their hands are clean. They stay washing their hands. But then she's all like, just giving old girl a hard time. And like later on, old girl snapped off on me. I was just like, whoa. And I felt some type of way. But I didn't take it out on her because I was there for that diatribe and I saw what was going on. I was just like, yo, it's cool, man. My bad. And I felt some type of way, like for real.
Had a hard day. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I saw she had a hard time. And but later on, she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's cool, man. But come to find out, without putting any business out there, she had some extenuating circumstances in her personal life that had probably also led to her reaction a little bit more. So it was just like, you know, I could have taken that and gone somewhere with it, and then we'd have probably both been in the ill. But that's why it's important to communicate and to understand people is really what it's about. You know, understanding like communication styles, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And like I know her communication style is she's very blunt.
Yeah,
she don't play no games.
Like her snapping at you doesn't mean that she's directly angry at you.
Right.
She's just having a hard time, and that's
right.
Sometimes when people are stressed out, they snap, and that's just how they are, and that's how you react to things, and that's fine.
Yeah, and honestly, I was kind of
control it and know how to diffuse it afterwards, and be like, hey, like.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even
the fact that she came to you.
It wasn't
like,
even
hey,
anything that had to be dealt with. I was just like, whoa. I just let it roll off my back for once in my life. But this is just like, after the fact, I was actually kind of, for whatever reason, I was actually kind of honored that she held me in such high regard. Because she kind of, like, to snap off on somebody like that, you have to have some kind of rapport.
Yeah.
You know, there's got to be some level of, you know, intimacy, I guess.
Yeah.
The best word I can think of.
Some people that I didn't know.
No, but it wasn't like the mean kind of flipping out. It was the kind of, it's just the kind of thing you would do, like as a woman would do to somebody she knows, like a close friend, not somebody who's like some strange motherfucker. It's like, or like an acquaintance. It's not something you would do to an acquaintance.
God, Karen, how many PSLs have you had today?
God, Karen. Oh my God, Karen, I've had like 13 PSLs. I can't see or feel my feet. I think I need one more. I mean, yeah, and communication is just, I don't know, it's just not, it's not easy. It's not easy to explain or figure out. Yeah. Like, once you know how to do some things, you can repeat them. But everybody's different.
Yeah.
Everybody's got something else, you know, and from day to day, everybody's different.
Yeah, it changes every day, and it depends on what you got going on and what kind of mood you're in, and like if you're just having some weird, troubled feelings kind of thing. Like, it just depends on if you have a happy day, sad day, angry day, whatever. Like, yeah, sometimes you're going to react differently to things, and that's something that if you're in a committed, serious relationship, like, that's something you got to feel each other out and talking to each other in a non, I guess,
and those are those are
like,
interpersonal skills that have to be developed, that are developed throughout life. But to be in a relationship, you have to develop like strong interpersonal skills beforehand. Like that's something I've always found interesting.
Something that helped.
There was a guy, he was saying that's like, there's pickup guys, and these guys get into pickup, they're looking for a girlfriend, but he's like, what they really need is a friend. I was like, you know what? That's a good point. Because sometimes all you got to do is learn how to make friends. And in fact, a lot of those guys stress, you go ahead and learn how to make friends first.
Thing is, he's my best friend.
It's my bestie.
He is. He's my bestie.
Precious.
I tell him everything.
Aw.
Like, anytime I want to go do something, I'm like, hey, you want to go do this with me? Or like, hey, you want to play video games together? Or do you want to, like, stay up really late and, like, binge watch TV shows? Like, because, like, he's my best friend. Like, he's the first person I think of doing things with.
Word.
Like, and one thing I think that helped us as far as, like, that communicating type of thing is when you're not arguing and when you're not angry, when you're both in a good mood and you're both happy, that's when you need to, like, talk to each other. Just talk to each other about life and things and stuff, and that way you just kind of figure each other out and learn more about each other and like how each other thinks and your beliefs and like what you did today at work or whatever it is, like how you communicate.
What's your ambitions? What do you want to do?
What do you want to do with your life, kind of
I want to rob a bank.
Where do you see us, kind of thing, and like.
Is that easy?
What do you want out of life? Like just deep conversations when you're in a good mood. That helps with your communication skills.
Word.
Because when the only time you're talking is when you're fighting, your fights will just get worse because all it is just fighting. You don't take the time to really understand each other.
It's a different kind of problem altogether.
Yeah. And it's like you gotta take time to talk to each other and enjoy each other and enjoy learning about each other.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what do you think about all that?
I was watching the bees.
There you have it.
Sometimes men don't listen.
There's what was his name? Nicolas Cage was all like, "You're gonna be punished." He's like, "No, not that, not the bees, anything." But then Nicolas Cage is a terrible actor, but that's what makes him great. He's like he's the polar opposite of Keanu Reeves. People think Keanu Reeves is a bad actor. Just like people think Nicolas Cage is a good actor. Neither of those statements are true. Shout out to Nicolas Cage if you're watching this for whatever reason. I'm just joshing you. Nick Cage, you're awesome, and I love your movies. Except for that one.
Ghost Rider.
The Wicked. That's the one.
That's the one.
And the other one that was just like it.
No, what was it? Slow Ride to Hell or whatever?
Yeah.
No,
how many
Chase
movies,
Me to Hell or...
How many movies has Nicolas Cage been in where he rides a motorcycle and is a demon of some sort?
No, because the other movie he was in a car and he was a demon.
Oh, okay.
He's driving a really fast car.
Close. And then there was another one that wasn't Ghost Rider.
But he was on a bike?
I feel like he was on a bike.
I can only think of two movies that he was in where he's like this demon thing. And one of them was Ghost Rider. The other one was the one where he was in a car.
Those are the only two that I can think of.
Let's see.
I can't think. Are you going to IMDb it?
I'm going to something.
Oh, man. All right.
I can scooch by here just for a like.
I'll keep on. I'll just
2
interrupt you.
We got one more minute, so if anybody's got anything to add before we wrap the show and go make some delicious broccoli. I mean, what do you call it?
Cauliflower?
Yeah, I always thought cauliflower was just white broccoli. Little did I know that they were two completely different things.
Yeah,
I was like,
thought that as a kid.
I like cauliflower more though.
I like them probably equal.
Yeah. I don't think cauliflower smells like poop and dead bodies when you burn it though. Or does it?
Let's see.
Pooping bodies.
Did
What's
you see
the
Drive
smell?
Angry? I don't think that was it.
Is that what Drive Angry?
Yeah, I don't think that was the one I'm thinking
No,
about.
it wasn't. It was some. I think it had hell in the title. I'm pretty sure it had hell in the title. Nick, if you're listening to this, help us out. I'm trying to remember that one movie you were in, and we can't think of the name.
It may not have been Nicolas Cage, but it was just another one of those. Like, oh, I'm a demon motorcycle guy.
Demon motorcycle.
I'm a demon motorcycle guy.
It was like from 2007 or something. I remember him in Kick-Ass.
Ghost Rider, 2007.
Ghost Rider.
Okay, maybe it was like 2000.
They did have like multiple Ghost Riders.
Another Ghost Rider in 2011.
Wait, he was in two?
Yeah,
Ghost Riders?
There were two of
There
them.
were two Ghost Riders. Well, see, I understand.
Were they both garbage?
Well, I don't know. Nobody saw the second one. I don't
Yeah,
think
like,
anybody can
literally
tell
nobody.
you.
Nicolas Cage was supposed to be Superman in Kevin Smith's Superman movie.
Did he want it to be bad intentionally?
No, he wanted it to be good, but it never got made.
It's because he was. Yeah, never mind.
It existed, but it's never made.
Maybe it's in production currently.
Yeah,
Yep.
I doubt it. He made Geely instead.
They're all
Okay.
splitting out the DC universe, and
Yeah.
like they're trying to do. What was that I read the other day? They were trying to get Scorsese and DiCaprio
Yeah.
to do
The
a Joker movie, and Jared Leto was all butthurt about it because he was like, "No, we can't have. People are going to be confused. Simple-minded moviegoers are not going to be able to tell the difference between the DC
DiCaprio.
extended universe and this other
Yeah.
thing going on here."
Man,
And I
nobody
understand.
wants
I
a Jared
understand
Leto Joker anyway.
I like Jared.
What? You like?
were both like, I
You can
like
like
Jared
Jared Leto, but
I
you,
mean, I
that
thought-
doesn't mean you
I
like
thought
his
Suicide
Joker.
Squad was a shit movie.
Oh,
but
it
I
was.
Like,
But I like Jared
but I like
Leto.
Jared Leto, and I like his Joker.
It was
Yeah.
awful.
I thought his
I didn't
Joker
like.
was
I hated
pretty
it.
good.
I hated his laugh, and therefore I hated him.
See, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
I
him
like
as
that
the
laugh.
Joker.
Hello.
I mean, he ain't no
Yeah.
Ledger, but he was pretty good.
No. Okay. Probably not gonna be able to do that because there really ain't no water to be got. Just about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got till Tuesday, so. Okay. Bye, Ma. I'm running a show. I'll talk to you. Bye. I don't like that sensational stuff. I don't like sensationalism, especially when it's forced on me. So yeah, I guess we're 2 minutes over. You guys got anything to add before we wrap?
Anything to add, baby?
Yeah. Get your water at Ingles. They got a pallet full of spring water left.
They got spring water.
They close. Get it on the way home because they close in like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's not happening for me. So she got some water though, so we should have plenty. Power outages.
Yeah.
She told me some guy who dabbles in meteorology says that it's gonna that the hurricane's gonna come here and
Because there's.
It might.
I don't trust.
We don't know.
I don't trust the meteorologist any more than I trust the guy who dabbles in it. Just saying.
Well, I mean, I saw the models.
look at the
like the
national
Euro models and everything. Like, there's still like 5 different ways it could go. Nobody knows anything because it hadn't turned up yet.
Granted,
And it's like
most of
once it
them-
starts to go north, then they'll be like, all right, it's probably gonna go one of these ways. But right now, ain't nobody knows yet.
Most of them have us getting something.
Well, we're gonna get wet
No, I mean
one way or
I mean,
another.
like something like more than just like a thunderstorm. I
Yeah.
mean like
Well, I'm not looking forward to any of it, but hopefully it's not going to be as bad as
Most
everybody
of them to be
thinks.
at least a minimum of 50 mile an hour.
It's not no bread and water bad.
Oh, really?
I don't think it's going to be no bread and water bad.
It's no, we're not going to die in our own homes bad.
I mean, I
Preston
hope
keeps
not.
saying
I'm going straight to the co-op, and I'm just going to sit in the middle of that model.
See, Preston keeps thinking, like he said, oh, nothing will happen to us. This was a few days ago, right? This was probably like sometime mid last week. And he was like, oh no, don't worry, we'll be fine. There's nothing that's going to happen. And then a few days later, they start showing the models of it. And it's showing that it's probably going to head towards this way, and it's definitely going to hit the coast. And I was like, you sure about that?
We're going to get some rain.
I mean, the Earth rotation.
Now you're saying we're going to get some
the Earth
rain.
rotation is just right, and then
we're gonna get,
conditions are perfect for a giant
hurricane
that just obliterates South
hit the
Carolina.
coast, and we're gonna already have some of the rain while it's still moving.
Like me
and
personally,
yeah, well, we'll just have a little hurricane. We'll get nothing
until a bunch of people start
hurricane.
nailing wood up to their windows. I'm not gonna freak.
Here's the thing about me though, and until there ain't nothing you can do about it right now anyway.
Right.
Even if it does come barreling right through here and takes everything away,
and that's what I said.
You can do about
that's what I said. I said we got till Tuesday. Don't wait till the last minute. I'm like, I'm gone.
I mean, there's no. Are you gonna stop it? Are we gonna move? I got a mortgage for the next 27 years, so we ain't going nowhere either.
You want it? You want if the hurricane takes the house?
What?
I bet they'll still make your ass pay.
Oh, they absolutely will.
That's fuckery.
Well, see, here's the thing though. If the house floods because of the hurricane, I'm SOL.
Nothing.
But if the wind rips the roof off, that's covered.
That's covered. Which this is supposed to be more wind than anything.
Hey, Guy Roofing. This is Guy Roofing. We'll call you back. We're overworked.
We're overworked. We got lots of roofs.
They're gonna be like,
That's
I
what
love
it's
this.
gonna be like.
Like, I'm gonna go ahead and put my retainer down with that guy. Like, hey man, this hurricane thing. Let me get on the list. I'm gonna go ahead and put $200 of earnest money down. You just put me up high on the list. Like up there, right?
All right,
friends
guys. Say bye to everybody on the internet. Bye, everybody on the internet. See me on Heart Erratica. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, that other thing, Instagram. Send us an email, hearterratica@gmail.com or whatever. Until next week, I'll see you. And